All right. Red light means that we are recording. Hello, everybody. Joe from On a Vinyl and On AV. Thanks so much for tuning in once again. Look, the phones are ringing off the hook already. Been a little bit since I've done a 12 things that don't belong in the store anymore. So I'm going to do that in just a moment. And this one's got a little bit of a twist, and I'll explain. First off, though, thanks very much for everybody that came in Small Business Saturday. It was fairly steady. It was great to see. We had some new folks in, and we had some of you existing customers. Look, there goes Eric. I only really need him to push the button, but he is very useful around here as well. Anyway, so thank you very much for coming in our Small Business Saturday, this past Saturday. I guess it depends when you watch this, as it always does. We hope to do one more in the middle of December for those that would like to come in and maybe do a little bit of Christmas shopping or whatever. We are going to try and do that, but I'll update that when we decide for sure. The other thing that we've got going on right now, and I've told you this numerous times, is we can special order items. So if there is something that you are looking to special order for yourself or for a friend or a family member for Christmas or in general, let me know what it is. I can A, find out for sure if our suppliers have stock and how fast I can get it here, and B, how much it's going to cost you. So just let me know, preferably in the next little bit, because I am going to place an order next week, and if I place it early in the week, if things are in stock, they should be in by the end of the week. With that said, we've got a special on right now, $29.99 for the Mariah Carey Christmas album. Yes, you either love it, you hate it. I don't know if you fall in between very much. It's kind of very polarizing. But if you are a fan of Mariah Carey and you are a fan of the Mariah Carey Christmas album, again, $29.99, but you have to order it by Monday morning. Again, it will depend on when you see this, but Monday morning being December, I think the 8th, that would be, or the 9th, whatever the Monday is. Again, depending on when you see this. I should have known that as the date, and I could go and get my phone, but you don't need that. So, let me know. Limited quantities, but $29.99, that's well underneath Amazon's price. I'm going to order it early next week. It's going to be here by hopefully the end of next week as well. It's the 180 gram 20th anniversary edition in red. So if that's something that you're looking for, let me know. So we can order anything, as long as we can get it, let me know. But specifically, again, the Mariah Carey $29.99, the lovely Christmas album, or if there's other Christmas music that you're looking for. I did take a look, and our suppliers have some. Unfortunately, I know the other very popular one is the Charlie Brown Christmas, which they do not have in currently. But with that said, there are some other Christmas albums up that I can bring in. So, without further ado, we're going to do the 12 things that shouldn't be in the store anymore, but again with a little bit of a twist, because the other day I was sitting and chatting with a customer, and he was kind of looking through everything, and he goes, "Oh man, this shouldn't be here." And I said, "You know what, you know I do the 12 things, why don't you pick 12 things, Gary?" So thank you, Gary. This is the Gary edition of the 12 things that shouldn't be here. So he continued on and found 12 things that he felt shouldn't be in the store still. So, a little different twist on the 12 things that shouldn't be here. So without further ado, let's start. And the first up, and now there are some that, I mean, I agree with all of them, because Gary's a smart guy. This is a very good album. This is the self-titled from the band, not the first one, because that was music from the Big Pink, if I remember correctly. Some call it the Brown album, just self-titled. But The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down, Across the Great Divide, Rag Mama Rag, $34.99, very nice price for the band, the Canadian The Band. I know that sometimes that's a little bit of an argument. Are they Canadian or not? But there you go. So the first of 12 things, according to Gary, that should not be in the store anymore. Next up, this also new, not new because it's, you know, a repress, but new in the shrink is what I'm going with here. And that is Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy by a little band out of the UK called The Who. This has all the hits. Not all of them, I guess, but it's got a whole bunch of the hits. There is The Who on the front, and there is The Who on the back. I don't think so, because I don't think they knew each other then. It's definitely The Who on the back, though. So there you go. What do we got that at? $34.99 as well. The Who. Big pardon me, meaty, beady, big and bouncy. Take that for what you will. All right, now we're going to go with something that is in the used section, and that is the band that I saw first in my concert-going life. And that's right, that is Nazareth. I saw them on the Expect No Mercy tour. This is close enough for rock and roll. Just a great band. Did very well in Canada. Not so much in the States, but they were super, hugely popular. I think still are. There's a version of Nazareth out there still playing, but not a lot of the originals, that's for sure, if any. $7, nice shape. You get an outer, you get an inner, you get all the good stuff you always get. So there's another of the 12 things that Gary thinks should not be in the store. Next up is Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle. Just a nice clean copy. Again, $5, some great guitar rock. You know who Steve Miller is, but there you go. There's one that Gary thought, especially I think he said for $5 that shouldn't be in the store. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Great band, great album. Willie and the Poor Boys on there, and that is the title of the album as well. $15. Again, you get a nice outer, you get a nice inner, nice clean fantasy blue label, CCR, and Willie and the Poor Boys. Next up, Don't Mess Around with Jim Croce. I believe Gary said his daughter bought him a Jim Croce album in the last little while. Maybe it was his birthday or Christmas or something, I can't remember. And his enjoyment of Jim rekindled itself, for lack of the proper term. And again, this is a guy that you can't hear for a long time, and then all of a sudden you do, and you go, oh yeah, that's pretty good stuff. I think so. I'm not sure what's on here. Don't Mess Around with Jim. I don't think, what else is on here? I'm not positive. Tomorrow's Gonna Be a Brighter Day. Hard Time Losing Man. Anyway, good stuff. Jim Croce. Don't Mess Around with Jim. $5. One of the 12 things that Gary, our customer, thinks should not be in the store. I agree with him. Winds of Change from Eric Burdon and the Animals. Now, Eric Burdon also went on to do some solo stuff, went on to be in War for a little while as well, but this is back in the days of the Animals. $10. Cover's a little rougher. Vinyl should be good. As always, if there's ever a problem with the vinyl, for the price that you paid for it, if you're not satisfied with it, you bring it back to us. We'll figure something out. Eric Burdon and the Animals, Winds of Change, $10. And look, there's Eric himself on the back. Not the Eric, but a Eric. Next up, Marianne Faithfull and Broken English. This is a album that you listen to it the first time and you're not aware of a couple of songs and you go, oh, well, that's a bit of a surprise. I'll leave it at that. It's a bit of a surprise when you listen to it. $10, Broken English, Marianne Faithfull. Good album, very good album. Nice shape. Again, inner, outer, all that good stuff. Up next, a little J.J. Cale. Really good, naturally, ... on the Shelter label, for what it's worth. I know some care about the Shelter, but lovely cover, in great shape, fantastic. Good, just nice, solid music on there, J.J. Cale, and naturally. Here's a guy and a band you might have heard of in the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Cover's decent, vinyl's decent, it's $10. So you can't really go too far wrong. And there is always a little bit of noise on every Jimi Hendrix album. Almost. Not quite, but almost. Anyway, again, if there's ever a problem, you pick up something and you're not completely satisfied at the price that you pay for it, you bring it back to us. But Jimi Hendrix Experience, Are You Experienced? $10. There you go. Another of the 12 things that Gary thought should not be in the store. Next up, Mr. David Lindley, and this is a great album. This is $5, and for that, take it and just listen to it. Even if you haven't heard it, great guitar, funky reggae, poppy, funky reggae. Something like that. Hard to explain. David Lindley is in a lot of different bands, toured with a lot of different musicians, played on a lot, but this is him out on his own. His first, I think this was his first solo. I think he had a couple, but this is the better known Mercury Blues. You've probably heard that song if you've ever partied, or if you've partied with me at my house, I would have played Mercury Blues. So there you go. David Lindley, $5 for David Lindley. And last, because Deep Purple was just the one that hides it, Although really, that could probably be on the list as well, so we'll give it an honorable mention. But I've mentioned this one before as well, and it's Them, featuring Van Morrison. Tracks include Gloria and Here Comes the Night. I talked about this one, I think maybe the last time I did something, I can't remember, but good stuff, 20 bucks. It's a greatest hits, the very best of Them. And what more do you want? Really, again, Gloria and Here Comes the Night's on there. It's good stuff, and just a very nice clean copy on the London Blue. There you go. Good inner, good outer for you as well. So there you have it. The 12 things that our great customer Gary came in and thought, well, that shouldn't be here anymore. And if you come in and buy it, they won't be. And maybe we'll do this again. You come in and say, Joe, you know what? Let me pick 12 that I don't think should be here. And we'll do the next video. How about that? Okay, so to recap, thanks for coming in on Small Business Saturday. Let me know in the next couple of days by Monday morning if you want that Mariah Carey Christmas album, $29.99. It's the 180-gram red version, and it should be here at the latest by the following Monday, but I should have it by Friday if I get it in on Monday. If there's anything else special order that you would like for yourself and or for friends for Christmas, let me know that as well. And yeah, lots of new stock in. We put out some new used arrivals. Couple of bins of that again to come in and have a look if you haven't been in for a while. All right, I think that's going to do it. That's Ghost. I'm going to ghost out of here and be done. Thanks for watching. As always, I appreciate it. Come and find us, 1355 Cornwall. We are in the mothership that has lots of audio and video as well, by the way. I know I keep talking. Come in and look for turntables and speakers and amplifiers and televisions. Talk to Eric, talk to Kent. We've got all that stuff as well. All right? We hope to see you. Thanks for watching. And now it's Van Halen. So I am out of here. I'm going to jump out of here. See you later.